Good day, Daniel. How are you doing?
Hey Jens. Hi. All well?
Nice. Can you tell me a little bit about what you think we could ski tomorrow?
Yeah, at the moment it's snowfall and heavy winds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's calming down tomorrow during the day and getting blue sky in the afternoon with fresh snow and quite a spicy avalanche situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we still can ski something fun? Or
Yes, I mean, you have been saying that you would like to make the topic Couloir skiing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which I really like to do in conditions like this,
Mm-hmm.
because couloirs, as you know, you can control from the top,
Mm-hmm.
which I like more to ski when it's a little bit spicy instead of big fields.
I would be excited to learn more about how you think about how to secure a couloir. Because I've never tried it, and I'd love to try doing some roped up pit digging or snow cutting or whatever, or cutting corners into it or whatever we can do to make it safer.
Yes, that would be then the next step. I mean, we cannot go straight to the big terrain if I don't know about the snow. But that would be my next step, that we go to a bigger couloir and cut it and control it somehow. Mm-hmm. Maybe build a snow anchor with skis, or maybe later also with a wooden blanket to have to be able to show you that.
Mm-hmm. That'd be super fun. I have felt like a pull to freeride and ski mountain lines for a long time. Standing on top of all of this would be one of the biggest faces I've ever skied.
In this series, we'll learn from experts as they pick their brains, train the skills learned, and ski some nice mountain objectives. And once in a full moon, self-impose a good challenge. And all of this so I can learn to go and ski my first 6,000 meter mountain.
My name is Daniel Perret. I live in Engelberg and I work as a mountain guide.
How long have you been a mountain guide for?
Since 2014, and I work full-time as a mountain guide aspirant before since 2012, so now 10 years.
Oh, wow. So we're gonna go for a little run down to this chairlift and have a look next to the slope. See what's up. Oh yes! Cold snow. I haven't felt that for so long. Tasty snow, man.
It is, You're not used to the powder anymore.
What do you think about the conditions?
Yeah, tip top. At this height, I don't see any problem. I think it's getting. So the station is on 2,400, and I think it's changing between easygoing to quite sketchy, bit above 2,200.
Ooh, Engelberg Rappel Day. That was really fun. That was exciting. My first time rappelling on skis. Super exciting. I think it helped a little bit that I've done it when rock climbing before.
All right, so for ski mountaineering, we often use the red lines, quite thin and super light. This is 60 meter.
Yeah, that's pretty light.
I guess you have the 30 meter.
Yeah, but the one from Mammut, the glacier cord.
Yeah, same.
6 millimeter.
That's a pencil. But the good thing is, don't use them as a climbing rope like this. instead of get them into the backpack in a loose position, because otherwise they twist quite a lot. So if you know you're gonna take an abseil down here, maybe already at home you can prepare it to get it to the backpack. I shortly can show you how to do it. I make a little knot at the end so I know it's the end of the rope. And then it's good to have a little bit of teamwork. I can open the backpack, get the end into it, and then I often take just a little carabiner. If I do wear a helmet, I can put it here, and then you just open it.
I keep it open.
Yeah, you keep it open, and I pull it in here.
And it's just to undo any twists.
Yes, exactly. And then you don't need to take off the backpack if it's getting steep. It's quite easy to handle the rope. I do a figure of 8 at the end and mount it to the backpack with a carabiner ready to use.
You get to do, yeah. Neat. Look at that. Do you want me to get my rope out too?
No, we can use this one. So try to have only the necessary things you need and try to keep it short. There are different ways to do it. You can mount it through here to only this one, or to go through both of them. Okay. Yeah. It's all fine. I only mount this one because then you have a better overview. Keep it simple, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, that's how you can do it. I think that's quite easy to have the belay device under this.
Would you prefer to do an 8 here?
I would say so. Yeah.
And then I can do an 8. Is it just to make it easy to open?
Yeah, exactly.
But safety-wise, you'd say it's the same?
Yeah, safety-wise it's the same, but mostly with cold fingers sometimes in the winter, it's good to keep it simple, you know. Yeah. I often go like this, check that little shoes away from everything.
I have it pretty far down, but it's not being bent at least.
Yeah. And then instead of doing a knot, I do I don't know the English word. Marsturf.
What is it called again? Yes, it's a hitch.
It's a hitch.
Yeah, they're cool too.
Because then you can remove it super easy. And then it's.
Is it safe to do one of those hitches also on a sling like this?
Yeah, no problem.
Called clove hitch.
Clove hitch, there you go. Clove hitch. The Mickey Mouse hitch.
Yeah. How long is the Rappel?
25 meters.
Not that long. Doesn't it look so short from here?
Yeah. Maybe one good thing if you go to an abseil into a steep couloir, sometimes you need to take off the skis. And that's quite the tricky part, because now here it's not so steep and it looks quite soft under, but you don't know if there is ice under and you take off your skis too early, you go down. So if somehow possible, I always attach myself first to a fixed point with a loop. Maybe remove the poles to be able to work. Then I go there slowly, shortly check it if it's in good conditions, and attach myself if somehow possible. Because now when I take off the skis and it's icy under, I'm attached already. There we go. Then you can come over.
Just a small thing, like knowing there's some exposure below me, having to ski up to the anchor and clip in. So did I clip in first because there's a risk if I take off my skis, it could be ice and I slip down and that'd be the end of it.
Okay, if you're happy with that, and close. But the gloves really bother me. I'm not used to fiddling with this sort of things.
To actually take my skis off while being clipped in proved to be the biggest challenge of the entire day.
Oh, it's so hard to move here.
Wow, the limit range of motion
Plus, maybe I was like a tiny bit nervous. I could hardly get my skis off. It was embarrassing. I didn't tell anyone. I just freaking kept trying, but it was so hard in that weird position. You get rid of your poles first, so you can work. And I didn't.
On this coulee, it's a bit rocky, so you can take the skis on the backpack. This is a 60 meters rope. The rappel is 25 meters. So that's the first thing I try to understand. Is it long enough? And if I'm not sure if it's long enough or if it's getting super steep down there, the first thing I do is a stop knot at the end of the rope. Just do a single knot. Like
Just
this.
anything?
Yeah, that's enough. Maybe go a bit away from the end of it and tighten it a bit. Otherwise it will open.
I hope I don't make too much of a mess.
Oh, looks good.
So the danger is if you make one loop too long, right, it loops over the other strands of rope and can make a bit of a...
Yeah, I mean, you can start long and getting shorter. That would be perfect. But it doesn't matter that much. Now we are getting close to the middle, so you can throw it down. And we pull it out a bit more.
Do you want me to do one of these ones? Where I wrap it down.
Yeah, you do now the English Prusik, which is fine to do.
Would you prefer me to do a different one?
No, it's fine. It's all right. It's good. Like this. Once, twice.
And you're happy like that?
And then I just untwist it. It's a bit twisted. And adjust it. Click it to the harness, to the main loop.
I'm wearing gloves. Shit, that is really hard to play around with these skinny ropes while wearing gloves. Although I had, pretty thin gloves, it was really quite difficult.
The next step is the ATC.
But I'm doing it the way I've learned to do it, to leave the ATC on, so there's no risk of dropping it, or less risk at least. Black Diamond,
Black Diamond one, the ITC guide, which is made for thinner ropes.
Yeah.
So you will have enough friction for the red lines also. If it's getting super steep, overhanging, you should try before you use it, if that's enough friction. But for this one, no problem at all.
I've been doing it in the wrong order. To set up the third hand first. It didn't tell me why, but now when I've been reflecting in here about it, it makes so much sense. If I put the third hand in first, I can pull up some rope and have some slack in the system, because the weight of 60-meter rope, it's quite some. And then trying to push those ropes into the belay device can be kind of tricky.
And often you do routine mistakes. So always double check the system. So I always check here, that's closed. Prusik is fine, it's on both ropes. ATC is closed, that's a magnetical carabiner.
Are you happy with that?
1, 2. In winter time, I would recommend the screw carabiners.
Okay.
Then I check the anchor again, if it's on the right place. And if I'm happy with it, then I go for it. But always double check. Because if you do it 1,000 times in your life, there will be a mistake maybe sooner or later.
So let's say I have a problem with the rope laying down in the couloir.
Yeah.
Would you trust letting go of the rope and just rely on this one if I need to do something with the rope?
Yes, of course, because this is my backup. I mean, in theory, I could only use the ATC to get down. But if I do the bird, because something is falling on my head, or if I need to work with the rope, and you don't have a Prusik, you go straight down. So I would never belay without the Prusik. I mean, same here, if you do it 1,000 times, remember you always only have one chance. Double check it. All right, move the Prusik down.
Yeah.
One hand on the Prusik, other one. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's definitely has enough friction, doesn't it? Good. All right then. Still a bit. Going down on boots, I found it kind of hard to smoothly glide down the rope, since it was, kind of flat, and
My feet were taking too much weight, although I tried to lean back as one should when rappelling.
Good practice spot there.
Then I felt quite squeezed in between the rocks.
See how quickly gets quite annoying rappelling if the rope gets stuck somewhere. Feet forward. Learn that when rock climbing. I know to lean back, but it's a little bit off.
Yeah, it wasn't that easy to smoothly glide down the ropes.
How's it going?
Awesome.
It feels a little squeezed in there, huh?
Yo.
Smooth. Look at that.
Yeah, now we are down here. So before you pull down the rope, do not forget to open the stopper knot at the end of it, otherwise it will get stuck up there and you have a problem. And then you just pull down the rope. If somehow possible, I used to work with one rope only, because otherwise you have to make a knot, pulling down the knot, and then it can get stuck in a crack.
So rather one long rope.
Yes, yeah, because they are so light. I have 60 meters, so I can go 30 meters. If I need to go even longer, then of course you need a second rope.
Yeah, say that.
So,
It is deep. So for the next run, we're gonna go down something here. It's middle of March and it feels like I've been waiting whole winter for winter. And now, at least today, it's here.
the next step is to build our anchor by ourselves.
Skiing down towards the second couloir. Damn, we had some good snow.
We can go down this couloir. We can use the snow to build an anchor.
I learned a little bit about snow anchors about a year ago on one of level 4 instructor trainings for the snow safety part, but we didn't get to really practice it.
Often there are no bolts. Then I bring like a little wooden blanket, like this one, because it's not bad to leave it. If you don't have it, you just need to figure out something else. I mean, it could be like a bag to fill with snow, like from the skins or from the crampons, or maybe there are some rocks somewhere to pick and let it down. But you have to leave something up in the snow. Main anchor with the wooden blanket, we can build that here. And for the first person, we also do a backup with the skis from the guy who is going as the last. Because then we can test the anchor, have a backup with the skis. It's gonna hold, and if it's not would hold, the backup would hold for sure. I would love to build a snow anchor here, because here it's flat, you cannot fall down anywhere, and I don't want to go too far to the border because it could be icy. So I try to make, when this is the rope, I try to make the hole 90 degrees to the direction of rappelling. That's quite easy to understand. If the snow is that powdery, not bounded, I make it quite deep. Then there are two ways to make a channel. The channel needs to be in the direction of the rappel. Shortly attach it to the probe.
Look at that.
You see it? Then you can grab the rope, hold it, and open the knot. Is it all the way down the crack?
It could be further down.
Further down, then I do it.
No, perfect.
Perfect. So you open the knot.
Smooth trick, man, I love you guys. the mounted hacks. Kind of surprised how neat he's making it. This little hole. Stuck this one through with a probe on a piece of wood.
Just do a regular knot, a loop. Like this. Go like this and
Something that
attach it to this way. Huh? If you use a rock, be careful, those edges are not too sharp. Huh?
It's in the middle.
He attached it to his harness to jank on it.
It's moving in a bit.
And while I was looking down there, like the piece of wood just went, tuk, tuk, and I could see how it kind of twisted and went into the snow. That made my stomach go like, oh shit, are we gonna trust this?
Yeah, so we should dig deeper. Huh? Yeah.
It's usually the deeper you go, the higher the density, the more compact the snow is.
Then I pull a little bit. On this one, it should be straight down, huh? Looks good, yeah? And now we build a backup with the skis. I think I'm gonna be the last, so you can go first. You can be in the middle, I will be the last. So we take my skis. Then we do a snow anchor in the same line up, maybe 2 meters or 3 meters behind with the skis.
Putting in the backup with the skis, obviously seemed pretty cool. And it was a neat trick he showed us with wrapping the skins around the ski to protect the edges. I've never seen that.
They are also great for first aid if you twist the knee or something. Right. Good. So then we take the skis down to the snow. So the pulling directions always needs to go down and not up. Otherwise it really flies out. Huh? Okay. There we go. And then you can fill it up with snow. Huh? And I call the rope, and in the same time I go through the loop. So I then will be sure it's exactly in the middle of the rope. Huh? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think there are many people down there.
No, we know that, but try.
No sweets. Yeah, looks quite good. I attach the rope to the ski anchor up there, to the backup. Take it down to the main anchor, to the wooden blankets. Do not walk over it. Do one loop like this, one loop like this, and fold it. And here the carabiner is attached. That's the Mastwurf in German. You have to Google translate it to English. The glove hitch. This is a little bit slack, but not too much. The 100% is on the main anchor, 0% is on the backup anchor. If it would come out, we will have, without the big impact, the weight on the backup. You can go around 3 times. But I really wouldn't with that thin Prusik, otherwise it gets stuck. And now you go the fast way, If you use it would work, but then it's less friction, If the rope is super thin, I would go the friction way.
Halfway. So basically I had the teeth the wrong way up. I actually, on my other one, on the climbing rope, I have to go the fast way.
Because otherwise you got stuck,
Yeah, it's so slow.
Yeah.
But I do not want to go fast way here. I want to go the smooth way.
It's closed. It's on the right placement, perfect. Yeah. I'm super happy. Only thing which I would recommend is to close the boots to ski mode, because down there is steep and maybe you're nervous, and it's quite difficult to ski steeps in the hiking mode. You go backwards, switch, how freestyler call it. You're used to that. Yeah.
That I realized, oh shit, this feels really nice riding switch, because it felt so smooth, as I was just putting smooth amount of weight into the rope that made it quite easy to glide down in a smooth fashion. Because believe me, as I felt like if this piece of wood goes, I'm dying. That's the feeling I had.
Skiing around like this, practicing these things, definitely aren't one of the most time-efficient things one can do. I can hear things coming down here behind me. See if Carlos is coming down. What is going on here? Why are you bringing down so much snow, mate? Are our wide legs now?
So the really wide stance down this waterfall helped quite a lot with balance. And it was surprisingly hard actually to like go from whatever it was, maybe 25-30 degrees steep to 90. This little part here was quite intimidating. The tails over.
That was cool.
I bet you're a little scared, aren't you?
No, I was. Yeah, but I was intimidated.
No, I bet. Like abseiling, rappelling, it's pretty scary. The first multiple times you do it. I don't know how many times I've done when climbing, but a few. And it's always scary. But with the skis until they down this ice thing, it was really intimidating, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally. You feel very safe. As soon as you close your fist, you stop.
Yes, but I don't trust a piece of wood.
All right, so next step is to cut it and see if it's gonna release.
We're gonna try to ski cut it, and if it doesn't go, then I'll be afraid.
If you have a really narrow chute, it's quite easy. If you come from the top, you can control it from the top by ski cutting it, producing some slough, and often it's then releasing if it's unstable. First, I check what is above me. Above me, here on the left, there is a cliff wall. There is no snow, and even higher above, there is a platform, so nothing above me can come down. Then I check what is below me. Below me, it's always a question about the consequences. Below me, it's a steep face, 45 degrees, getting to the left and to the right, an exit couloir, and then it's a nice long run out. If I fall down, the consequences are not good, but not that bad either. It's not a cliff wall under where I fall 100 meters to nothing.
And I thought, oh shit, I'm glad he's gonna ski cut it.
So I then ski cut it. I go as high as possible to search for the weak layer, to make a cut, to have some body weight. And if it's unstable, it's gonna release because of my body weight and the slough.
And then we get there and it's like, Jens, you wanna ski cut it? I was like,
Don't go low, too slow, with nowhere to go.
And that's a good one. That's a good one.
yes, I need to practice this.
And Jens,
Yes.
don't fall.
Okay, I will ski. Stand on my feet. Stopped there, and then the words from Daniel hit me. I was like, shit, it didn't slide. And I looked towards Daniel, and it's like,
Maybe do one jump turn there. Now you're on the weak spot, huh? One jump turn, you still have nothing above you.
will I really manage to get the edges in and stay on my feet while the snow I'm standing on is perhaps sliding away?
There we go.
I was kind of pleased that it didn't slide, but still I wasn't that pleased about it. And then I get more wisdom from Daniel. Okay, Jens, ski fast now. Don't let the slough catch up with you.
3, 2, 1. That was okay. Woo! Yeah, buddy.
Nice. Well done.
That's fun.
Yeah. Nice snow, eh?
Thanks for the guidance on speed. Hot is red. So fast. Yeah, mate. Woo! Get in it. How do you think I did today?
Yeah, I mean, you were both good, very good skiers. For me, it's more interesting to teach in that level for someone like you, which have a very good base for skills, because I know you're gonna use it. So you did very well, and I really hope you're gonna train on it, because now you know how to do it, and I want to see your face when you first time hanging on pet bottle as a snow anchor. Who?
Do you think I can go and practice this alone now?
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise you lose the skills.
When should I go and do it?
Tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good answer. As soon as possible, basically.
Yeah.
What would be your advice for me to go and practice next, or things to have in mind as I continue on my journey to go and try to ski my first 6,000 meter peak in a few years when I've gathered enough skills?
I think to be able to be concentrated in the mountains all the time, the most important point is to have a good endurance. If you lose the power in the mind, if you get tired from walking, you're doing mistakes. So I would say go and do hours upwards.
Get really fit.
Get really fit. That helps a lot.